Hey everybody, did you enjoy part one? Here's part two, backpacking meal philosophy, thoughts by Bear. Hey y'all, it's Bear. Look here, backpacking meals, backpacking food. My next question is about our personal efforts. That's right, it takes personal effort to cook at camp. Do you even want to take the time to cook? Especially with breakfast, man, a lot of people are like, break camp and go, hit the trail, blah, 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 blah. Now, I'm a slow morning guy. I don't move real fast. I need coffee and a Danish. But some people don't. They're grabbing a bar and making cold coffee and they're hitting the trail. And they didn't actually even eat before they started walking. They got 5 minutes further down the trail, I guess. Anyways, so do you want to take time to cook? Do you want to hydrate meals? That's an easy way to do it. Do you want to clean a pot? You've got to hike out your trash. No one likes walking into a campsite that's destroyed. And if we want to keep our wilderness areas open for us to enjoy, we need to hike out our trash. We need to be responsible. It also keeps down on problem animals. That's probably a whole nother video. Do you want to carry the weight? Some food weighs more than others. What type of food storage do you need? You know, some people will just throw their food in a grocery store bag and sling it up in a tree and they call it done. But in some areas they require you to have a bear keg or canister. Do you want to take the time to do prep work at home? For example, setting up some dehydrated backpacking food and creating your own meals. How much effort do you want to put forth at home in preparing your food for you to enjoy on the trail? Do you have time to take time at home in addition to getting ready for the trip to do food prep? Maybe you don't. The last big thing to consider is your personal needs. Do you have any health issues? I cook on my videos without any concern for many health issues. Now sometimes I make a meal that is geared towards a certain health issue or another, but I'm just cooking different stuff, and you know, it's kind of up to you to make it work in your situation. You know, so do you have sodium restrictions? Do you have blood sugar issues? So, you know, do you have any health issues going on that restrict you from eating certain foods? What about religion? I live in America. We've got freedom of religion. You want to be Catholic and not eat meat on Friday? You want to be Muslim? Not have any pork? That's a consideration when you're preparing your backpacking food. Are you on a special diet? Are you vegan? That can be a tough one backpacking sometimes, but it's getting easier. Are you on a paleo diet? I'll go to the opposite side of that guy, right? Are you stuffing your face full of meat, or are you trying to save the little critters? Oh no, I'm not mad at you. What about money? Money. You know, this stuff right here. Hold on, I think I've got a little bit. Ooh, wow, I got a 20. Money. How much of this is at your disposal for your hobby and hiking? Because backpacking food can add up. Do you enjoy cooking? Do you enjoy doing that at camp? Do you like it? Some people hate to cook stuff. It kills them to break out a knife and cut something. And some people just, you know, revel in it, man. It just brings them alive. So do you enjoy it? And then to what degree do you enjoy it? How much can you carry? I don't know my base weights off the top of my head. I have 4 different main backpacks I use. Tons of equipment. I pick and choose according to what kind of hike I'm doing, weather conditions. But I can tell you that when I get done loading up the way I'm going to go onto the trail on day 1, with the water, the food, the fuel, everything in my backpack that I'm going to start walking down the trail with, I personally don't like that to get heavier than about 35 pounds. That's only if I've been conditioning myself too. So I gotta get back to. But that's about my sweet spot, where if I start to creep over that, it starts to take some from the enjoyment of me being out backpacking. I've done it. When I first jumped back into backpacking, my first trip, my pack was probably about 70 pounds. I never did that again. I went 3 miles. Took me all day. Don't carry a 70-pound backpack. Not unless you're like Arnold Schwarzenegger. The next thing on your personal needs is, will it upset your belly? I think about that. I avoid things that I think are gonna make me have to dig more cat holes than necessary. I don't want to upset belly when I'm hiking if I can avoid it. Personal taste here on your personal needs list. Do you mind eating the same thing over and over and over and over and over? You get my picture? Some people hate that. Won't do it. Won't do it. Not day after day after day. Sometimes not even once a week, 4 times a month. What about textures? Are you super texture sensitive? Because backpacking cooking is going to give you different textures than how you would cook the same thing at home. It just does in general. Especially when you're getting into dehydrating and rehydrating stuff, the textures aren't the same. I've got a friend of mine, he avoids anything with rice in it because the dehydrated and rehydrated rice, he can never get a texture that he's happy with, and it bothers him so much he doesn't want to eat it. And lastly, will you bother to practice the art of camp cooking? That's one of the reasons I'm still doing Camp Cooking Tuesdays. I love to practice the craft of cooking at camp, and it helps me learn. Go away, bee. It helps me learn different ways to cook things, prepare things, what works, what doesn't. Is it feasible for me to take it out on the trail? You don't have to go make a video, but you can go to your backyard once a week and make dinner outside. Practice, it's helpful. You don't want to go out onto the trail and hike 10 miles in with an experiment that fails. In October, maybe I'll do some actual backpacking meals that I've made out on the trail. And I'm going to do one each week that has different nuances to it, and maybe I'll talk a little bit about each type of meal category and the pros and cons we go. In the meantime, I've created a video list, a playlist called Backpack Cooking. Well, look here. We'll see you out on the trail. The big one jumped out there.